See, this is lecture number 11 regarding the topic respiration. Under respiration, before we have studied about mechanism of respiration, and under mechanism of respiration in the last lecture, we have studied about the 4 events. I am not going to repeat that. The first event is breathing, that is inspiration and expiration. Second is the external respiration, which takes place at lung level, that is the exchange of gases at lung level, that is oxygen diffused into the lungs, and from the lungs carbon dioxide is given outside, that is called as external respiration. And third one, which yesterday in the previous lecture you have seen, internal respiration. So this internal respiration, I want to repeat it again for your more understanding. So internal respiration. Before also I said that internal respiration, it involves transport of gases. What are the transport of gases? Which are the gases are transported? The gases which are transported are oxygen and carbon dioxide. We are going to study about first one, that is transport of oxygen. So this transport of oxygen, through which component of blood oxygen can be transported? These components of blood transporting the oxygen are, first one is the plasma part, that is the liquid part of the blood, and secondly, as we know, it is the RBCs, red blood corpuscles of the blood. Through plasma, how the oxygen is get transported? It is by get dissolving into the liquid part of the blood. We are there with the transportation of oxygen. So through plasma, in the dissolved state, this oxygen can be transported. Then secondly, through RBCs. For RBCs, you must know that this RBCs, red blood corpuscles, and this red color is because of the pigment hemoglobin, which is also called as a respiratory pigment. Diagrammatically, we can consider that these are the oval cells. RBCs are the oval cells which consist of a respiratory pigment. This respiratory pigment is called as hemoglobin, Hb. This hemoglobin, it consists of 4 atoms of iron. Remember that. This Hb consists of 4 iron atoms, and because of that it can combine with 4 molecules of oxygen. So what happens during transportation of oxygen? Inside the RBCs, this hemoglobin combines with oxygen. So we can say that 1 molecule of hemoglobin can combine with 4 molecules of oxygen and results in formation of Hb4O2. This Hb O2 which is get formed is called as oxyhemoglobin. This oxyhemoglobin, in this complex form, it goes up to the cells. In the cells where the partial pressure of oxygen is less, this oxyhemoglobin dissociate and this oxygen will be given to the cell, and this hemoglobin which is there can be reutilized for transportation of oxygen. In the first part we have seen that oxyhemoglobin is get formed. So this HbO2 saturation, what do you mean by HbO2 saturation? This HbO2 saturation means combination of hemoglobin with the oxygen. This HbO2 saturation depends upon the oxygen tension. Depends upon oxygen tension means, now what is the meaning of the sentence? If the amount of oxygen is more, there will be more hemoglobin will combine with the oxygen. So large amount of HbO2, oxyhemoglobin will form. This HbO2 saturation and oxygen tension, it is related with oxygen dissociation curve. This oxygen dissociation curve, as in the previous lectures also we have studied that it is the relationship between between what? HbO2 saturation and O2 tension. So we have to remember this definition properly. This meaning of oxygen dissociation curve, that is relationship between HbO2 saturation and oxygen tension. In the previous lecture we have seen a chart. We have seen what? A graph is there. In that graph oxygen dissociation curve is shown which shift to the right side. Shifting of oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side because of low concentration of the because of the low pH and high concentration of carbon dioxide. That dissociation of, we can say shifting of oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side is also called as Bohr's effect. We have studied before this Bohr's effect also. So I am not going to repeat Bohr's effect again. Through a graph you can understand it very clearly. Now we have to study second part of the internal respiration, that is transport of carbon dioxide. This transport of CO2 as studied before can be takes place through plasma. Plasma simply in dissolved state carbon dioxide can be transported up to the lung level by formation of carbonic acid like CO2 combines with H2O, result in formation of H2CO3. This reaction is reversible, that is H2CO3 can reversely be formed CO2 and H2O. Now secondly, this transportation can be takes place in the formation of bicarbonate ion. How the bicarbonate ion formation takes place? Remember that carbon dioxide which is transported through plasma, this carbon dioxide which is transported through plasma, it enters into the RBCs. This is one of the red blood corpuscle. Remember that this is a cell, RBC. Inside this RBC, CO2 combines with H2O and it results in formation of H2CO3, carbonic acid. This carbonic acid dissociates and it results in formation of H plus and HCO3 minus ion. Of this HCO3 minus, it diffuse out into the plasma part. So this HCO3 minus will comes out and H plus will remain inside the RBCs. As this H plus it remains into the RBCs, amount of H plus ions goes on increasing. If this H plus goes on increasing, there will be lowering of the pH will takes place, and if there is lowering of pH is there, it will result in what? It results in formation of acidic environment that will be harmful. So in order to maintain the level of H plus, in order to maintain the ionic balance, this chloride ions will enter inside, and this entry of chloride ion inside the RBCs, it is called as chloride shift. Chloride shift also called as Hamburger's effect. Okay, now even though these chloride ions enter into this RBCs, some more H plus are still left. This H plus ion inside the RBCs combined with hemoglobin also. So we can consider here this H plus ion, as the place is not there inside, I am writing outside. This H plus can combine with hemoglobin and it results into the formation of HHB. What is this HHB? As H hydrogen ion is there, this HB is called as reduced hemoglobin. Reduced hemoglobin is also called as deoxyhemoglobin. So deoxyhemoglobin is get formed, and this H plus, that is reduced hemoglobin at the lung level. Now consider that at lung level what happens? At lung level, this H plus dissociate from the hemoglobin, so only H plus is there. It combines with HCO3 minus ions, results in formation of H2CO3, that is carbonic acid, and this carbonic acid it dissociates and results in formation of CO2 and H2O. That means what happens? This carbon dioxide is removed by the expiration. CO2 we have studied before under 2 points, through plasma and through RBCs. Through plasma and by formation of bicarbonate ions, this transportation of carbon dioxide can take place through RBC.